Hey guys, welcome to Copernicus Corner. Um, I am back in Watcher of Realms, checking out some of the stuff here. I've done some of the dailies today and whatnot. Looks like I must have gotten a huge stamina potion for the day as well. I feel like there's probably still quite a bit I haven't gotten to. Also, got some codes over here that Cody sent. Let's see, there was War Valentine 26, WOR Valentine 26. I'll type that over here. Can't remember what that gives, but War Valentine 26. Put that in your redeem code window, and you'll get some goodies. And also, he said Roselia Love. I haven't claimed that one. So, I'm sorry, Rosalia Love. Rosalia Love is the second code there. I'm gonna go try typing that in. Come over to settings, you go down to redeem code, and then you just type in Rosalia Love, just like that, and click OK. And then you get a message in your mailbox, which is right there. And it looks like 2 huge stamina is what we get for this one. So let's claim that. And what did we get for the last one? It looks like it was 300 diamonds for the War Valentine 26, I believe. So if you haven't gotten those yet, be sure to grab those. Now, after that, let me have a look around and see what kind of things I need to do. I need to go to the arena probably. We got some tokens for defending myself in the arena. This is the single target DPS. We got that for 2 days and 2 more hours. Team VP is 358,421 on this. And let's see here. Looks like I fought these guys, obviously, so let's refresh this. And we've got somebody with 344,598 BP. That's EVG7145 with 344,591. Let's just try to auto fight them and see what happens. Alright, let's see here. They have put out Valderon. I see Valderon pretty often in Arena, and he seems to be pretty good. He has Diabolic Manifestation. Gains 1 stack of Chaotic Vitality. When Potent Surge reaches its maximum, gains 2 stacks of Chaotic Vitality. Inflicts vulnerability versus physical damage on nearby enemies continuously during the effect duration. He's almost dead. They've also thrown out Nazah. She's very good DPS as well. She has Red Lotus Revenge. When activated, increases attack by 60% and expands attack range to create Windfire Whirl, lasting for 30 seconds. When the ultimate ends, it deals up to 300% AoE damage on up to 10 enemy targets in range based on the number of weapon switches performed during the ultimate. Then he's put out Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong is also very good damage. Splitting Hairs deals 100% damage 18 times to 1 enemy and inflicts stun. Then he has Chan over here, who alternates between a DPS mode and a healer mode. And then Hex. Hex has some variance in his performance, but he's normally pretty good. Again, I haven't used him, so I haven't used, the only one of these that I've used so far is Chan, of the ones that are out, but I've seen the rest of them around. So one thing about Sun Wukong is he makes clones of himself, and that's pretty nice. Hex has Mad Truth. When triggered, it increases damage by 140% and attack speed by 100. Reduces attack interval by 50% and replaces all cards with the Joker. This effect lasts for some amount of time. Didn't get to see how much. But, alright, we got the victory on that. That was EVG7145 with 344,000, let's see, 344,598 BP. All right. So topping the damage was Volderon. That was the first one that they put out at 8,367,350 damage. Following that was Arrogance with 6,303,660. Then it drops down a good bit, going down to Hex, 4,370,550. And then there's a few that kind of are clumped up here. We've got Idrin, Xena, Sulfidins, and Nazah all in the same kind of range there. So, very good. For that, we got 3 arena coins and 5 auto fight attempts. Now, let's go back and see if there's anybody else who's within a reasonable range to fight. It doesn't really look like it, so we'll wait on a refresh for that. Alright, let's have a look over at the events. Zombie Invasion is back up, it looks like. What else is going on today? Forgotten Palace, we know that's running. And that's it. There are quite a few things that are going to be starting tomorrow. We're going to have 7-day sign-in, treasure hunt celebration, masterful strokes. I think that's pretty cool. Paint on the canvas and draw 3 flower tot tiles in a row to obtain rewards. I haven't played that one before, so that should be interesting. We'll have Duel of Champions, Corridor of Glory, Spiritual Altar, Shard Assembly. Collect enough artifact shards to assemble the designated artifact. That's cool. What's this? Ah, it's the Paintress's Brush. So that's the Rosalia exclusive that's going to be coming out there. I wonder... yes, okay. It says, increases AoE damage by 20%. Painted tiles inflict 50% slow on enemies. Takes effect only when stronger than the current buff/debuff on the same attribute. That's interesting. I don't know what it means exactly. Painted tiles inflict 50% slow on enemies, so that must be some skill that Rosalia is going to have. Okay. Neat stuff there. We got the Moonlit Invocation coming up. So Dao Chan is going to have a 20 times drop rate and guaranteed within 200 summons. Very cool. And it looks like this Estrid girl is also going to be in that mix. So it's going to be those two for the legendary and the epic slot. Then we've got Canvas in Bloom. Weave your dream chapters in the world of paintings. Embark on a wondrous journey and earn amazing rewards. And Star-Crossed Romance. Amidst widespread turmoil, Dao Chan and Lu Bu find their connection strained by disorder. Misunderstandings cloud their judgment, while personal desires lead the former lovers down diverging paths. And I don't know what that means, but here we are. We got some grand prizes. We got a Phoenix Feather Fan for Dao Chan. Increases attack by 5% when Serenade of Hope reaches maximum stacks. Gains an extra 10% healing bonus when Song of Sorrow reaches maximum stacks. Increases attack by an extra 3%. Very nice. Halberd of Woe is the mythic artifact for Lu Bu. Okay. Increases AoE damage by 15%. Expands Chaos Strike's range. When Chaos Strike kills an enemy, reduces the trigger interval of the next Chaos Strike by 4 seconds. This effect has a 30-second cooldown. Then we have Chat Bubble Star-Crossed Romance and Legendary Skill Crystals. Nice. So that's going to be a 6-day event, it looks like. Alright. All very good. How are we doing on this Brave Conquest? Moving along decently. We've got 1 day and 1 hour left on it. Duel of Champions starts in about 2 hours. Corridor of Glory also starts in 2 hours, as does Spiritual Altar. So, cool. Good to know. Let's get out of there. Let's see here. We've got Borut over here with nothing too exciting, it looks like. Do need to summon a hero, so I may as well go ahead and do that. Just one so that we don't use up a lot of the summoning crystals, but I do want to get the daily done. So we'll summon one here. All right, looks like we got Jonas, the 2-star fighter. Your classic drunkard with a spear. He may be a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself in the fight. Continue there. And go over to here and let's claim these 2 4-star psychic power shards for that. We can also claim the box at the top, which is 35 diamonds. Not too shabby. Okay, now let's hop in to the Forgotten Palace here, where we can check this out. We're at 925 points. We'll need 1,250 to be able to get these 35 diamonds. Let's go ahead and start on that. Stage 15, and we'll just run some auto fights up to max for the moment. So there we go. Minimize this and get out of here. And then, let's see, today is Wednesday. So, let's hop over to this Hyperion over here. And we'll go see what the faction things are today. I don't think I've done, I haven't done anything here. So, I guess I probably should have just done a quick clear on that before I started the background fights, but that's okay. We'll go look at the Trial of Cultists. Now, Trial of Cultists. I looked at this last night, that's right, to see what it was going to be, or in the wee hours of this morning anyway. And I remember that it had changed what the stage was from the previous, the way that the previous one was set up. And I had been thinking, I don't know if this would be better or worse for me for this arrangement, but it looks like there are 6 ground portals, 2 air portals. We've got Abyssal Blights. Upon its demise, the Abyssal Blight spawns 5 blister slimes in 3 tiles behind and 1 on each side. This malevolent slime, known as Abyssal Blight, is a formidable nightmare for adventurers, nearly impossible to vanquish. We don't like that. We've got some Devourers. We've got some Egan's Fanatics. Those, I think, are the ones that, they go into the water and then they become the Abyss Divers. We've got the Blister Slimes, which are what shows up after the Abyssal Blight is gone. Born from the Abyssal Blight, splitting itself apart when faced with fatal damage. It is believed it will ultimately evolve into a new Abyssal Blight. And then we've got the Abyss Divers, which is what Egan's Fanatics become. Those are ranged creatures. They're the first ranged creatures among these critters we've looked at just now. A former Aeroport resident who chose to answer the call of Egan, the ancient god, and enter the abyss to undergo the advanced ascension ritual. And then we have Egan's dependent. So that's the guys that we're going to have. He's also ranged. So, alright, cool. Let's get out of there and see what we can see. It's not likely to go particularly well, especially when we notice here that the suggested BP for this is 583,680. Current BP is 272,229, and I think that even though these guys are naked, I'm pretty sure that even if we stick gear on them, it's really not going to go spectacularly. We'll go ahead and throw gear on them and see what it looks like, but I don't predict great results from this. I don't even know if I have, I should have Voltus probably among the people. I know that I have Jorge and Cyrene and Aatrox, who definitely all need it, plus Iona. So, throwing all that on, now we're at 321,737 BP. Still not exactly phenomenal. Not like the odds here. None of it is grand, honestly. So apparently I had taken Voltus out of the group. He must have been surpassed by the other people, even though they're not necessarily higher level, they are still better than he is. So, alright. don't think I can really do anything to these guys at this level if it's really that much higher, because that's 260 points of VP higher than what I currently have. It doesn't really bode well, I think. I guess I can try to do something with them, but okay. Let's first come out of here and go over to events. Great Conquest. We got this 2 ancient summoning crystals in that, which is nice. That'll come into play later on. Running a bunch more of those in the background, so it's not ready to do the automatic one, or the quick clear rather, yet. If I was able to do that, maybe I could get enough to get some points up from the Pantheon bonuses. I don't see that as being particularly, I won't say particularly helpful, but it's not going to solve the problem of 260,000 or whatever less BP than is, suggested for the fight, but that's okay. All right. I suppose. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to check events because the Corridor of Glory is happening tomorrow, meaning that I don't want to spend all of my XP and things like that necessarily on the faction. It's going to be a grand prize for that of something odd. I don't know what it is because I can't recognize things based on sight. I think that the one on the right is a legendary skill crystal. The one on the left, I have no idea. Maybe it's an artifact, but I don't know what kind of an artifact it is. And I could even be wrong that it's an artifact. This is what it looks like to me. Maybe an artifact shard. I don't know. I'm not sure. But one way or another, I don't want to use up all of my XP potions on it. So I don't think that I have much chance of doing this level. But I'll go try it just to see what it's like. Maybe I can get some kind of grasp of what's going on at the very least. All right, let's go on into it and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Odds are I'm not really going to be able to do much to the monsters at all. It's like, nah, you're very bad. Yes, I know. Trust me. It's only 6 mages, it says, in order to get the soul crystal. I don't know if I have 6 mages. I have in this group I have 5 mages, right? Yeah. Okay. So we have these guys over here. What do we have? We could put Nora over there and hope for the best. Valkyria says the Abyssal Blight poses a great threat, especially upon its death. Wonderful. That is wonderful. Upon its demise, the Abyssal Blight splits into 5 blister slimes around itself that persistently advance. Utilizing heroes with control abilities to eliminate the Abyssal Blight and the blister slimes at the right place and right time can greatly facilitate stage clearance. Well, I'm sure that that's true. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have a whole lot of control over any of that because realistically, I don't think I'm probably going to kill any of them. But we can always hope for the best. If ideally you want it to burst a ways away, probably. But it's just going to be what it's going to be, I'm afraid. Theoretically, I don't know. I've got nothing. I could slow them down and then maybe put Nora out here. Would that be helpful? I don't know. Um, doubtful. We could, let's see, where does he go? He can go here. Is that the one that would be there? I suppose so. It's not going to make too much difference, I don't think. Really. I have Hollow as the only healer. And so, who needs it? I'm not sure. It depends on how it goes. We got some guys coming up over there. So far, no damage is being done. Can't hit hardly anything from there. Maybe I should have put Hollow over where Nora is. Probably would be a good idea. If you're trapping her here, if those guys are going to be there, that might be the right way to go. Not really sure. Try using that guy to stop that. Now, the only other places that we can put the defenders are either up there or at the bottom. Not sure if that's going to matter too much either, so let's try sticking Morgan here, and then Aona ideally out a little ways further. Try next time to throw the defenders over there. I don't know that they'll help. Here we have the Devourers coming, and there went everything in that regard. All dead. No good whatsoever. We could throw Aatrox out just to delay them for a moment. And that's it. That's as far as that goes. Okay, so what have we found? That was a terrible attempt. That's the first thing. Let's see. What if we move Hollow on the right side? There's nothing to stop. Oh man, let's see. We don't even have 6 mages in the group, so we can't hit that. If I put Hollow over here, still couldn't hit the guy on the platform. Not that she really did a lot of good anyway, honestly. Maybe I could put her over in one of these areas to try to fix up the guys there. Okay, so what if we put Aona up here? No, that idea. How about this guy? Alright, so let's first stick Cyrene here, because her ultimate will give us more costs to work with and get people up perhaps a little bit faster. So we've got him slowing them down. We could throw maybe Morgan out. She can't hit very far. But say we put Morgan over there, and Nye on the other side to try to kill him. Clearly that was ineffective. And we stop them. Doesn't look like it. So the only one who might have had a chance to stop him at all would have been Jorge, simply because he's a defender and can stop one more than the other guys can. Not really anything that can be done about those two. Okay, so let's try that again. And say that we put Jorge in that position. So if we put Okay. If we put this guy here, well, if we can manage Blue Goblin, Holocaust here, then maybe we put Nora next. There. And then Jorge, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that that'll help at all. It's not gonna go especially well, I don't think, no matter what I do, but might can slow them down a little bit. So if we put Morgan next here, maybe that'd be enough to kill some of these guys and they don't get through. Now we're still going to have the same issue over here with them just walking on by, I'm afraid. We can reserve the healer until such time that we have a clear need for healing. Not much that can be done up there. Up here, we've got Iona, who we can slow those guys down with. What good will it do? I'm not sure. We can start with her down here, and then possibly get either Abby Zhao, who's level 40, or Reed, who's level 50, or maybe both up there. Didn't do anything about the Elikost situation, I see. But let's try Abby Zhao. I think she's pretty decent. Maybe I should have done, or actually probably should have done Reed first, and then Abby Zhao. I don't think it matters too much because there went whoever that was trying to block, and there went that one. It's all bad all the time. I mean, I guess I can throw Greed out and try to do something to these guys. Not as bad as I expected, though, honestly. Managed to kill 9 of them. I'll take it. Alright. I think that establishes that there's really not too much that I'm going to benefit from until I can get these guys in a little bit better shape. And then they'll have some chance to fight that battle. In the meanwhile, it looks like Enora did all of the damage really that was done. Everything else was essentially utility. Morgan, she just never performs either of one or two. Of course, I don't know how high level I have her or anything like that either. So there's that. Let's go look here. Heroes. Let's see what that looks like. I feel like I have Morgan in decent states, but maybe not. Level 50, so not really. But I feel like she should be doing something more. I think I'd stopped leveling her because I felt like she wasn't really impressing me as well as I thought she should by the time she was up this high. Like, Soul Kittens was doing significantly better at level 50 as far as DPS, and I understand that a lot of Morgan's, I mean, she's not, entirely, her purpose isn't entirely to do that. Yeah, for one thing, her Lord bonuses are very helpful, and then also I think she's got these whole AoE things going on, which obviously work better in a situation where AoE is important. But I feel like this is an AoE type situation to a large degree, so it feels like she should be doing better. It's just not what I would like it to be. So, all right. Moving forward, we have these background fights finished over here. We got 44,100 coins, 8,280 XP potions, a variety of gear, 215 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 215 Great Conquest points there. Okay, so very good. Go back over to the arena and see what we have there. Let's refresh this page. So we have one that's fairly promising, 365,000. You have some degree of chance against that guy. It looks like his name here is Untrue. Untrue has monsters with 365,182 VP. A little bit more than what we have going on here, but let's go ahead and autoplay this and see how it goes. Alright, so we've got Untrue starting off with Numera. Numera is very good. Numera's ultimate says immediately gains 2 extra Grimthorn spikes and rapidly launches all Grimthorn spikes to random enemies in range after charging for a short period. Each spike dealing 480% damage and 51 stack poison. Well, that was a victory on Untrue, who had 365,182 VP. Stats show that Numera did very well, not quite as well as Xena. Xena did 1,454,170 damage, and Numera did 1,147,240 damage. They also got out this other guy. That might be named Silas, that guy. I'm not sure. It's a possibility that his name is Silas. I don't know really anything more about him except that I think I saw him on a banner when I first started playing, and did not obviously go. So all right, he did a little bit of damage as well. I didn't even see him come out. I only saw him when he ended. So maybe a decent amount for the amount of time he was out. I'm not sure. So we got 3 arena coins and 5,000 gold for that. Otherwise, all of those guys are well over 100,000 points more than I have, and that would just be a slaughter to go try. So, hop out of there, and okay, all is going swimmingly thus far. We have, okay, first of all, I'm going to go over quests and see what else is here. Level up heroes 3 times. Sure, we can do that. Let's find somebody that I want to level. I have actually been intending to level Olog up, so let's go ahead and use this opportunity to get anything about this. There's 1, 2, 3. So we got that, and we'll claim this stamina potion sample there. Clear faction trial at any difficulty level 1 time. Sure, we can do that. We'll go over to the base one, and I'm just going to run a quick clear on it. Should be quick and easy. Gives us 156 XP potions and 8 of these Shelter Insignia 3s. Go over here, claim this 10,000 gold for that. Now, do I have anything else like that I want to do first? Let's come check and make sure we can't, yeah, nothing doing there. Let's check the build quests. Challenge Drake's Chasm 2 times. Their promotion rate on any difficulty level 3 times. Let's do promotion rates and see what we need the worst. We got 36 of these, 4 marksmans, 57 endurance, and 3 melees. So let's go ahead and do 3 melees. And again, I'm just going to do the quick clear on this. 3 of them. And start that. We'll have to use some stamina potion. I'll just use a big one. And get that going there. Which again, it'll be very quick. Obviously, it's a quick clear, right? So, we got 30 insignia of melee attack of each variety of of melee attack. 2,457 gold, 1,890 XP potions. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Let's go over to claim that. And then I need to do the Drake's Chasm 2 times. And being as how it is 12:30, I will simply run the autofights. Someone has attacked Nightmare 3. Let's see who it was. It was Bugajoa. Attacked it one time. I will add my meager attacks to that as well. So let's just autofight it and see what it looks like over there. I'm not sure what I did last time I set this auto attack. So there's Arrogance, followed by Idrin and Wrath, and we're just kind of laying out the damage there. So I had Sulkatans out. Looks like somebody is. Oh, that's Xena. She'll die pretty quickly, which is absolutely fine. Looks like I've got Daochan somewhere in the middle, putting the fog of healing on everything as far as I can tell. Looks like Xena went down. Oh no, maybe. Yeah, it was Xena. It was definitely Xena. Alright, so we're in phase 2 at the moment. Now we're in phase 3. Looks like we've got a couple of faction bonuses running here, like a couple of lord bonuses. We've got the Infernals and the Nightmare. 3 counts of the Nightmare, so they're all getting attack speed bonuses from that, and up to 20% is where they're at because there are 3 of them. If there were 4, they'd get 35%. And of course, their faction basic attributes of the faction members are 10% higher. In addition to getting the attack speed bonuses for having them out, their healing is also reduced by 20%. Of note, it doesn't matter too much how many you have as far as that reduction goes. No matter how many members of that faction you have out, the healing reduction is 20% across the board regardless. So it doesn't hurt you to have more members. Alright, so we got that. Stats show that Arrogance is in the lead at 22,287,000. Next highest one is actually Sulkatans at 14,890,000. And even though he's second place, he's just over half the damage that Arrogance puts out, which is crazy. Idrin came in third with 9,566,000, which is still pretty good. And Setrum is in a similar situation with 8,723,000, followed by Xena, and then it drops off because Wrath is he's just over half of what Xena's is. And then from there we go down to Ares, who's Ares or something like that, who it's sitting at a fourth of Wraths. So it goes down very quickly. Nocturne is ridiculously low. So yeah, that's what it's doing there. Complete that. And then we could run that again, but not much chance of actually killing that tonight because it's already 12:30 a.m. Odds are nobody else is going to come on for that. I could try to get the 18,000 for the better chest, but that's not going to happen because I'm just going to be doing an auto fight. That'll only give me like 12,000 so much. So let's go down to Nightmare 2 and give that a go. And we'll do an auto fight on that and see what I did on there. Alright, Dragon comes in, he roars, he's threatening. We don't know what to do. We're scared. We throw out Arrogance and Setrum or not Setrum, sorry. There's Setrum. Sulkatans is what I was trying to say. This over here is Sulkatans. It's interesting because it looks like he has a dress on for me. When I see him be thrown out, I'm like, oh, who's that girl? But no, it's Sulcadence. I think it's a male character. So I think that it's not a dress that he has on. It's just I don't know, a robe or something, maybe a cape. I'm not really sure. Now you can see as we go through this and we look at the overall statistics going by that arrogance is his damage is just incredible. And it's right out the gate. Like um, he's got a lot of consistency to him, and this is this is why I end up putting a lot of my team members toward improving him because any amount of improvement to him is very helpful for the team that I have built. For the follow rank 59, it looks like 59I. Or it could be 59 with a lowercase l. But thank you for the follow either way. All right, so we're finishing this up. As you can see, Sultan's really picked it up there at the end. He he's still behind Arrogance, but he didn't do too badly. And he kind of builds, right? So Arrogance stays pretty stable the whole time, like I was saying. Consistency is his middle name, really. But Sulcadence, like the longer he's out, the better he does. He starts getting those marks on people. And so he only performs 6 million lower than Arrogance by the end of that fight. Edrin is also he does solid, solid DPS. And Xena, you have to kind of manage Xena, right? You want to throw her out. She does burst DPS. Hello, Randy. She does burst DPS, and then and then you want to pick her up, and she gets a deployment, like a redeployment bonus. Every time you stick her out, she's got a little bit of a better bonus. So you want to be switching her out on the regular. And again, then we've got Cetrum. Cetrum is, he's very good. He can kind of, I mean, he does one target at a time, but he does very good to that target. Wrath I've improved since this autoplay was made because I got him that new skin, which gives him a little bit of a bonus. It's not huge, it's nothing crazy, but a little bit better than he was whenever I did this. So, all right, that's my take on how that looks. Let's get out of here, go to the guild quest, and let's claim this challenge streaks chasm 2 times reward. We got 20 guild coins, 20 guild activity tokens, and 5,000 gold for that. Alright, get out of there. We got a quest to claim. It's a weekly quest. Complete 10 individual quests of the guild, and we get 50 guild coins for that. And then I want to hop into the arena and see. No, not quite time. We still have another 2 minutes before we can refresh that. So let's take this opportunity to come on over into the Oracle's trial, go to Gear Raid 3 stuff, and we will go to stage 15, which is where the last one that I cleared was. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is the one that requires marksmen, marksmen are very, very helpful here. And unfortunately, my marksmen are not phenomenal. They're not at the top of their class, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and use the 6 quick clears that we still have for the day that are freebies. Those will reset tomorrow either way. So let's use those up. That'll take 120 of the stamina. It'll very quickly show us what we've got. It's not instant, but it's very fast. And it says quick, not immediate, right? Alright, so we got 110 Forgotten Palace trophies, 110 Brave Conquest points, 22,050 gold, 4,158 XP potions, some various pieces of gear. Excellent, excellent stuff there. Let's go to autofight, and I think I'm gonna do something crazy, and that way I'm gonna use 2 of these, and then we will go back over here, click Max, and start that. And hopefully that'll do well enough to get us some of these rewards down at the bottom meter on this window. We got 35 diamonds. It should also help with the ranking. Probably not sure how far along we'll get in that right now, but it should help somewhat. Okay, let's get out of there. Looks like I think I got all the daily things done for the guild and the quests. Still have to do some arena stuff. Have the background rage running. Let's check out the mine. I've checked it recently, but let's check it again. We got 1,250 coins, 1,400 XP potions, 5 stamina, 1 diamond, 1 mithril, and a couple of the boxes, which have core insignia of mages 3 in them. Never a bad thing to get that kind of thing. Now, I want to go check on the arena again. Yes, it is ready, so let's refresh it. Still have 6 arena permits remaining right now. We've got this guy with 286,007 BP, which means he probably has something crazy going on. Let's see. His stage monster BP is 291,536. All that means is that he has somebody on the team who's just slightly better than the rest of his team. It's probably, I don't know, we got Silas, I recognize him, I think that's his name. Hex, is that, I think that was like, I can't think of her name, Malvira maybe? Something like that. The big queen lady. Alright, let's see what we've got. Looks like he's thrown out. Yes, Malvira was correct. So Malvira, she has Call of the Reaper, which is an ultimate that pulls up to 6 furthest enemy targets in range toward the hero. And then it consumes something. Unfortunately, I didn't get to finish that one off. We got the victory against Nobu, who has 286,007 BP. Stats show that Xena did the most damage with 993,869 versus the next highest, which was Malvira at 307,984. I did try to get Malvira whenever she was on a banner, just couldn't pull her. I feel like she's pretty good. The only reason that she didn't perform as well in this is because, you know, her BP was, or their BP was so low compared to the BP of my team members. So they didn't have much of a chance, unfortunately. We got 3 arena coins and 5,000 gold for that fight. See if there's anybody else who is in anywhere near my range. 358,421 is what my BP is. The only one I would be really even willing to attempt is this Dark Lion at 400,887. I think I would probably get slaughtered, but I don't really mind getting slaughtered. I can give it a go. I'm trying to look this over real fast. Let's see. We have 1,365 points at the moment. Sure. Let's make a sacrificial. Okay, let's see first. So their stage monster BP is 400,887 against the monsters. So they don't have any bombs. They're all going to be about the same. I said they have Valderon and Nezah, which I now recognize more. And that guy there, I think I've seen him a few times too. I'm not sure who he is. It's like I don't know, lizard guy. It makes me think of Jim Henson's Dark Crystal. Alright, so looks like they have put out Valderon. I don't know enough about what these keywords they have here is, like the chaotic vitality, potent surge. So I'm not sure what those do, but I do know that he does tend to perform very well. So then they've got out Nezah. Nezah is also a lot of DPS. When activated, increases attack by 60% and expands attack range to create Windfire Whirl, lasting for 30 seconds. When the ultimate ends, deals up to 300% AoE damage to up to 10 enemy targets in range, based on the number of weapon switches performed during the ultimate. Now they've slaughtered us. It was not unexpected. That was Dark Lion with 400,887 BP. And we got 3 arena points for that. Now, hopping on out of the arena because I can't. There's really no chance for me to do anything against like 411,329. It would have to be something, I don't know, something incredible would have to happen for that to have any degree of likelihood of doing anything into that. All right, so it's a couple of options we have here on things to do. But I think I want to do the zombie invasion because I haven't done that during this iteration of it. See what kind of quests we have. Yeah, I definitely want to do it and earn some of these rewards for this. I'm not going to do anything deep though because it's 12:45 a.m. and I do want to get some sleep at some point tonight. So I'm going to just do something, you know, as I've done before, just kind of a silly thing. Let's see, what do I want to do? I could do the luck-based things. Let's go with the lucky dice, the lucky clover, and then there's another luck-based thing. I don't recall what it is, but I'll just click around until I find it. Increases all damage by 100% of luck. So there it is. We got the dice, which give luck +5 and refreshes +5. We've got the lucky clover, which gives luck +40 and luck increases the spawn rate of high quality spells and shop items. And the third thing we have, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a gem inside. You know, I can't even think of the word for it. But they're like, it's like the center of a gyroscope, really. Increases all damage by 100% of luck. So sure, let's do it. And we'll try to get anything that increases luck, but primarily I'm just going to be grabbing whatever the rarest thing is, and I'm going to try to go with some sort of a theme. We'll start with Blazing Bolt, and if we're going to get Blazing Bolt, we'll try to get something that goes along with that. So if we're going with light, we'll go with dark. So we'll refresh and see if we can get something. Yes, okay, we got dark. Let's do that. It's Tornado. We now have a Spring of Sticks, so let's grab that. We have another Spring of Sticks that is gold, so we'll grab that. And as I said, I'm not going to make a lot of deep thoughts here so that we can go a little faster than we otherwise would. So we'll refresh this. We'll go again with Tornado. And if I can find the chain, then I'll do that. At this point, we've got 2 golds. And I'll just go with the highest level gold thing or the highest level of whatever it is that's, you know, makes sense. Let's see. If I see something that I know is definitely going to stack or something like that that's higher rarity, I suppose, then I'll go with that. We've got Lightning Chain. That completes the set of 2 light and 2 dark. So, now, when I see 2 gold, if I see something that gives plus 80%, something like that, or plus increase, like it says the word increases, if it says the word expands, something like that, then that's going to be a higher chance of grabbing it than the other things. I think, you know, just for making quicker decisions, it makes sense to just kind of scan them and grab it like that. Whenever I'm going more quickly, I don't really have much expectations for getting very high in the waves. Maybe level 20, 25, something like that. But regardless, we'll go through the motions and get in here a little ways at the very least. Get some of those rewards things. So over here we have Twin Nature. That's the one that for every light mastery, it increases the dark damage, and every dark mastery increases light damage. I would love to get that, but unfortunately I don't have the gold for it. So we'll just take the dark damage plus 20%. That's the only thing that makes sense there. And we'll just otherwise we're going purple, we got gold, and if there's nothing competing, then we don't even have to slow down. We can just click by color essentially. One detriment, there's a lot of detriments to doing this. You're not getting the kind of synergy that we otherwise would for one thing. But another thing is that not everything in this stacks. So if you have it once and you get it again, it doesn't necessarily stack up. If it says like plus 20%, that always stacks. If it says, like I said, increases or expands or something like that, then that's going to stack. But if it says summons one of something during the ultimate, that doesn't stack because that's one. And regardless of whether you get a higher tier of it or not, that part doesn't seem to stack. So, and if you've got pluses and one is more generic than the other, you want to go with the more generic one. So like if it says lightning bolt does extra damage, right? Versus if it just says light does extra damage. When light is going to repeat, it's going to apply more things that you have than that one particular thing is going to. So we can either get light damage plus 30% or dark mastery plus 1. I can't actually see how many of the dark masteries we have. We have, if we add them up over here, it's we've got 9 different levels of dark mastery. Looks like we have 11 points of light mastery, even though our levels are a total of 13, which is interesting. But I'm gonna look over here and see what's doing the most damage. It's currently blazing bolt, which is light, so let's go with light damage plus 30%. There we go. Alright. If it just says damage, then that means damage across the board is increased. We don't need ice damage, we don't need fire damage, so we'll go with an extra skill choice. In fact, I would almost always go with the extra skill choice over the other options. Because normally with that extra skill, you're going to get something that increases your damage by at least some amount. So there's not really any reason to not go for the extra skill. Unless you just somehow think you're not going to get like 20% more of something. Alright, effect duration, sure. And this has to do with fire and burning. That's not helpful. AoE dark damage once. More tornadoes, the higher the attack speed. So with that, we're going to get the one on the right. Okay, all things considered, it's going okay right now. We're on current wave is 11. And it's considering how I'm making these choices, I'm not actually comparing things over there. It's going okay. So not as bad as it could be. Nothing's been beating on the gate yet, so burning when dealing damage, sure, that's the gold thing. And we could do refreshes plus 1, but there's no sense in that, so okay, all 3 of these are blue. We're gonna go ahead and refresh it. And then we'll take the chain blade 3 because it's yellow. Yellow is rarer than blue, so hey, good enough. We see something that says damage plus 20%, so we take that over the damage plus 10%. I'm certainly not recommending this method because if you do it like this again, you're not going to get super high in the waves, most likely, because odds are you're going to start picking things after a little while that aren't helping your cause. They're going to be stacking, and so you're going to be missing out on things that could be helping your cause in better ways. So I wouldn't recommend doing it like this unless you are just in kind of hurry and you want to do a decent job fairly quickly. Not a good job, just a decent job. The only gold thing here is refreshes, and I don't think I really care about that. So we're just going to take the crit damage plus 20% and keep going. All right, we got luck plus 5. We're kind of doing a luck-based system, so we'll do luck plus 5. It increases our damage um, by doing that. It's 100% of our luck. Our luck is at 50 right now. Okay, both of these are damage plus 40%, but one of them has cooldown. That's another thing that stacks. Up until you get down to like 0 cooldown, you'll continue to get benefits from things happening faster. Now, getting them beating on our gates at this point. We're on wave 19. Now we're at 20, and we're not going to get very much higher because once it starts going down like this, you're pretty much done. It's a kind of a game over moment for the most part. So we did make it to wave 21, which is okay. This is a done deal here, but I'll go ahead and choose. Blazing Bolt is doing the most, so hey, let's not. Let's grab the dark damage plus 40. Why not? It doesn't really matter. Like I said, it was at the point when they're piling up on your gates, you've pretty much lost. Overall, we got Blazing Bolt did 39% of the damage, Spring of Sticks did 33% of the damage, Tornado did 20%, and Lightning Chain did 6%. I find that Lightning Chain is normally good for utility. Spring of Sticks and Tornado can also be very good for utility, or they can be good for DPS. Either way, it's not too shabby. I'll take it. Alright, so we close this, we go over to quests, and we have a few things to claim. Challenge one time daily during the event gives us 10 auto-fight attempts. Eliminate 16 waves of monster during the event gives us 50 diamonds, and fight for more than 16 waves in this stage gives us another 50 diamonds there. Not really, it's really not bad. If you haven't done the Immortal Codex yet, you might want to go and do that. I've done all of them. I have not done any of them particularly well. I don't really have anything to improve yet. It's not exactly what I mean. What I mean is I don't think that I would do any better in these right now than I did the first time that I did them a few days ago. So there's no sense in me doing those right now, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll pop out of there. We still have some background fights running, which is cool. Arena probably is not ready. Let's go look. Maybe it is. It is ready. Cool. Alright, so let's refresh this. Okay, we got a 393. That's the closest to reasonable that's on here. I really don't think we have much chance against a 393. That's, like 35,000 more BP than we have, and then that's just, that's not even considering what the monsters are. Okay, the monsters are the same amount as them. So, again, implying that their team is similarly, have similar amounts of BP. We can go ahead and try it though, I don't mind. It's okay with me to smash my face into the wall. And we'll get to see what kinds of fun things that they have. So, that's always fun. Zoom out a bit so we can see. Move over here and start checking out our opponents. They've got Twyla. I've seen Twyla a number of times. She has Slice and Dice. When activated, increases damage by 50% and reduces attack by 20%, granting to Ranged Blade an extra 6 instances of damage lasting for 20 seconds. Deals 200% damage 2 times to one enemy immediately. Well, that was unfortunate for them. That was Hellman's D, 393,774, I think. Yes. And so top damage there was their Twyla. No, sorry, Xena did the top at 1,555,440, followed by Twyla at 1,406,460. Doesn't speak real well for Twyla, but I don't know anything about her, so maybe there was a plan there that just didn't come to fruition. Alright, so we got 3 arena coins and 5 auto flight attempts out of that. Nothing more that I can really attempt on that one, as the next lowest person on this list has 432,933 points, which is like 80,000, well, 75,000 more than we have. Don't think that I've got a chance against that. Barut, on the other hand, has refreshed, so check him out. Nothing exciting, but we'll do a free refresh on him, see what we can get. Still nothing exciting. Let's try again. 3 free refreshes a day on him. No, still no bueno. Let's refresh again. Nothing doing. I don't want to spend my money on them, really. I don't have enough to bother with any of that. Let's see how this is going over here. Still a long way from the next thing here. We've got, let's see, the skill crystals are 1,850 points. We have 1,555 points, so 298 more to go before we would be able to get that legendary skill crystal, 2 of them. So yeah, not particularly useful. The other question is, did I do the cultist thing here? I don't know if I did or not. I don't recall. Let's go look. Oh, over here. We could perhaps assemble one more of these. Let's see, is that right? Shelter insignia 3 is what we would need one more of. We can. Let's do it. And then we can upgrade this, and we got a little bit of an HP bonus. I don't think there's any chance we have 22 of these, but let's make sure. Yeah, we have 2 of them. It's significantly less than 22. Alright, regardless, we did alright there, getting that HP bonus. I could... Well, I can't really do too much because it is 1 a.m. and I will have to start getting ready for bed in a moment. Do have a couple more of the background fights running. Otherwise, we can go check out the heroes. And I do eventually want to level up Olag, but I really don't want to focus on doing that until we start getting, like, I can't think of the name of it. Is it Brave Conquest? But we'll start getting points for leveling people in an hour or so. Okay, Brave Conquest is the one we were already working on. The one I was thinking is Border Glory. So, we still have a long ways to go on Brave Conquest before we can get the next reward from that. Now, there are some very good rewards coming up because we do have sets of 2 ancient summoning crystals a few times and also some diamonds. So it would be good to be able to get those before like a day and an hour from now. But I think I'm going to wait before I do too much more there. Seems like a good idea. For those of you who missed it earlier, Cody sent some codes over. There was War Valentine 26. Be sure to enter that if you haven't in your redeem codes window. And then Rosalia Love. And get those. Now, the painter and the paintress are upcoming as some heroes that we're going to encounter. And we should be able to, my understanding is that one of them is going to be I better not say, because I'm not 100% sure. I was thinking, no, we'll see what they are. But anyway, they're coming up soon. It's Rosalia and I believe Pierre are their names. And then, of course, there's that paintbrush that we'll be able to get with the, what is it? Let's see here. Shard assembly gives us the paintbrush. Yes, Paintress's brush. And so that's going to be for Rosalia. Let's see if we can pick this. Oh, look at that. Mythic artifact, Paintress's brush. In the beginning, there was only awareness. An indigo stirred with sighs and longing. A violet still void of form. Later it took shape. When she first yearned to touch Pierre, the color coalesced into a brush. From then on, everything she perceived was returned to the canvas, reflected in a form more real than life itself. So there you go, a little history on the assembly of the Paintress's brush. Got the background complete over here, background fight rather. 77,170 coins, 14,490 XP potions, a variety of gear, 395 Forgotten Palace trophies, 395 Brave Conquest points, and 1 Frostborn Scholar Demon Soldier. I don't know that I've run into any Frostborn Scholars out in the wild, so nothing about them. But regardless, we have now a Demon Soldier of that type. Could do. Oh wait, Wardraft has some kind of a prize. Let's claim that. Got 300 mithril and 1 rare summoning crystal for whatever that was. Oh, I see. It was a first clear rewards. I don't know if that was on Elite. Maybe? Map drops. Oh, okay. So this is what you get for doing them on the different levels, maybe. So it looks like you get some good stuff for Nightmare in there. That's it's fancy. Got some ancient summoning crystals there. So okay. So what's the deal with hard then? Do we not have okay. So you can get all of the stuff from the ones below, plus more is the way this goes. Alright, so then theoretically, if I do the elite, now that's interesting. So elite is a lower tier than hard. I would think that elite would be harder than hard. Interesting. Alright. I haven't done Titanic Ruins this week, but I don't see any reason to. I haven't done Wardraft. Otherwise, I'm all caught up on all that. And so, all is well there. I'll go ahead and run another Gear Raid 3 because I have enough points to do so. So let's do that. And then pop out of there and check on the arena. We still have 4 minutes left on that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night for now. It was, as always, a pleasure streaming with you guys and chatting with those of you who are chatting. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Be sure to follow me if you're not already, so that you can find out when I'm going live next. You need to come and join me. Hopefully I will see you then, probably tomorrow. For now, have a good night, everybody. Bye.